But with that, let's also talk about WhatsApp now. It is highly likely that you use this app to speak to your co-workers, friends and family. With 400 million users, India is the biggest market for WhatsApp, which is why you need to watch this story. Now, WhatsApp has sued an Israeli company, the NSO Group. It is believed that more than 1,000 users of WhatsApp were targeted. Their phones were hacked using a loophole in WhatsApp. This was not a large-scale attack. It was designed to target specific individuals, journalists, human rights activists, political dissents and diplomats. These were the victims. And the list includes our colleague and WION's principal diplomatic correspondent, Siddhant Sibal. Siddhant received a message from WhatsApp informing him that there was an attempt to hack his phone. He's in touch with diplomats and government officials. He often gets source-based information on critical issues. Such a hack compromises his work as a journalist, and this is a very serious breach.
There were series of missed calls which I got from numbers from Nordic countries, especially Sweden. And when I tried to answer these calls which I used to get, there was no answer. In fact, there was no account of these missed calls left in my call records as well. Later, WhatsApp, through a research-based organization known as Citizens Lab based in Canada, approached me. They approached me a few weeks ago and told me that there was attempted hacking and gave me various ways through which, if there is the malware present, they can resolve the issue, which included changing my mobile phone, changing the passwords of my account.
Now, we're still trying to verify how many victims were from India. Clearly, somebody is trying to steal private messages and influence the flow of information. Other victims are from countries like Bahrain, the United Arab Emirates and Mexico. So what is WhatsApp doing about this breach? It wants a permanent injunction on the hacker, the Israeli company called NSO. In other words, WhatsApp wants to bar NSO from using its service. WhatsApp was acquired by Facebook back in 2014. This is the first time that the company has filed a suit of this kind. The NSO Group denies the charges, though. They have vowed to vigorously fight them. Here's what happened. The victims were targeted with malicious voice calls on WhatsApp. It is alleged that such calls were designed to infect the phones with malicious software. This software gives complete control of the phone to the hacker. They can read your messages, see what you type, use the phone cameras to record you, even hear what you are talking about through the microphone on the phone. The hacker will have complete control of your phone and you will have no clue about it. The NSO Group has a notorious reputation. They have built a powerful surveillance tool called the Pegasus. It is so powerful that the government of Israel classifies it as a weapon. Pegasus can control your phone to spy on you, that too discreetly. It has been used by different governments around the world to spy on critics. Now, John Scott Reelton with Citizen Lab had helped WhatsApp investigate the NSO Group over the alleged WhatsApp hack. Among those who were targeted was, of course, our principal diplomatic correspondent, Siddhant Sibal. He spoke to Reelton about what happens next and how to ensure that such an attack is not repeated. Let's listen into that exclusive conversation.
So 1,400 people were impacted. What are the ways one can secure themselves? What would you like to suggest?
There are definitely steps that everyone can take to be more secure and be more private online. One of them is using an encrypted messaging service that has your back. It's pretty clear after yesterday's lawsuit by WhatsApp that they're not only working behind the scenes to protect users from a technical perspective, but that they've also put their litigators where their mouth is and are going after directly a company that has been targeting their users, which is pretty unprecedented and a big win for human rights. That said, the existence of companies like NSO Group and the fact that they sell widely creates this continued, unmonitored cyber risk around the globe. And so one of the most important things to happen is that there be investigations and transparency around how these technologies are used. In some cases, accountability is one of the best protections that we have, given how powerful this technology is.
So can we say that WhatsApp is hackable and it's not secure? And will WhatsApp be able to make sure that there is no repetition of such an attack?
Anytime there is targeting, anytime there's a hack, inevitably people ask, is this service or is this telephone secure? The honest answer is that there will always be groups trying to target you and your phone. And depending on who you are and what you do, those groups may be very sophisticated or they may be very unsophisticated, which impacts how likely they are to be successful. At the end of the day, as an individual, you choose what technology to use based on whether you think it will keep you safe. And we have to understand that that means looking at how companies behave, not only on the day-to-day basis and what they say in their marketing materials, but how they behave when things go wrong. In this case, WhatsApp users were targeted, and WhatsApp not only worked behind the scenes to close the vulnerability, they took an unprecedented step. They went to the courts, and they put their litigators where their mouth is, and they went after the company that is contributing to this hacking. I think that's a very strong signal to users and the general population that WhatsApp is working very, very hard to protect their privacy. At the end of the day, no one can tell you, use this or use this service, it will be perfect. What's true, though, at the end of the day, is that you have to use your own judgment and look at what happens, not only when the day-to-day is good, but when there is a problem. And I think in this case, WhatsApp has done something that is not only a win for their users and their users' privacy, but almost certainly a win for human rights.